A formal investigation into Chelsea's medical staff is handled internally. The players are angry and we've got the detail. Graham Potter's position to be Chelsea manager is not under threat because they're not even considering it. They're very happy with the job that he's doing and they're gonna be backing him. That's what the reports are saying. And one more thing, Chelsea are pressing ahead with a winger from PSV Eindhoven, 20-year-old English player, Noni Madueke. I think I absolutely butchered his name. I apologize if you see this, but once I hear the commentator pronounce it, I promise you I will work on the pronunciation. Excellent. Let's get into the video. Welcome to the Kavkas View, guys, and in today's video we've got three major stories for you guys: the medical staff investigation, the backlash from the loss, and that the fans want to back Graham Potter, the board wants to back him, and what does it mean for Joao Felix being out for 3 games, and finally Noni Madueke, what's going to happen? Is he going to be joining Chelsea? Because the rumors are very strong. I'll give you a quick background on who this man is, where is he from, and who he plays for, and whether he actually will give us some additional assets. But before I get into that, I want to hit 1,000 likes on this video, so please do me a massive favor, hit the like button now. You will forget. You guys always forget. I always say 600, we get to 550, because 50 of you always forget. So do me a favor, all of you right now, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's keep stepping with the video. Alright, with Dennis Zakaria getting injured, we're up to injury number 11, and this is absolutely ridiculous at this moment in time. When you start to think about it, 11 injuries, first team players, accumulated around a small period of time of 4 months, there is something wrong with the medical staff, right? Because the medical staff should be telling us, this player can play, this player can't play, red zone, green zone, you heard all of the jargon before. And the players now are getting infuriated. And Matt Law is reporting that our group of players are basically frustrated and saying we shouldn't have replaced the old doctors that we had with the new doctors, and that the trust is no longer there. Those players that knew the members of staff that knew their body, knew the players on a personal level, are no longer there, and now there's a miscommunication. One thing I'm going to say is, when there's so much turnover in every department the way there has been at Chelsea, teething issues are a real thing. But one thing I am going to say, and I don't want to be too critical of Bowley, because Bowley wants us to have the best in class in it. One thing we can't have a go at Bowley at is the fact that Chelsea are not being money tight. We're not penny pinching. We're investing like crazy, whether it's in the transfer market, whether it's in the social media department, whether it's outside the ground, because the fan experience now is a lot better than it was on the Roman. I'll tell you that for a fact. And whether it's on the medical staff, Bowley has got rid of a lot of the medical staff and brought in new ones because they deemed it to be best in class. They've tried to improve every department, whether it's the scouting, whether it's the data analytics. They're trying to make Chelsea a modern corporate entity. And corporate entities understand that you have to invest money to make money. You need to have the best in class to get the best in results. And this is something Bowley has been doing. So I can't sit here and be critical that, you know what, we're penny pinching, we ain't got the best staff. No, that's nonsense. What do I think this is caused by? I think number one, bad luck. Bad luck is a genuine factor here. Number two, the fact that the players and this coaching staff at this moment in time don't have the trust. They don't know each other. This is teething issues. And number three, this is the big one. How many of these players are actually injury prone players? And no matter what coaching staff you put around them, they're going to get injured. Like, let's look at it. Zakaria, there's a reason Zakaria is going to be costing £24 million at the end of the summer, because his career has been destroyed by injuries. Christian Pulisic consistently gets injured. Armando Broja consistently gets injured. Reece James consistently gets injured. Ben Chilwell consistently gets injured. These players are consistently getting injured, and this is just off the top of my head that I am remembering these players. Wesley Fofana consistently gets injured. Why are we surprised that players consistently get injured are getting injured again? Yes, I understand medical staff are meant to basically ease them back in, help them to maintain their body. But sometimes you just got shit DNA. Sometimes you got bad bone structure. And in the sense that you will always be either too big for your body, either you're pulling too many muscles, like your muscles too frequently, or your body's just not designed to be running around for 90 minutes and you're just gonna break down. So the reality is, the players can moan, the players can bitch, but sadly, I think this is a matter of life. Like, this is bad luck and the other two factors that I mentioned. The real problem here is Potter's job's not even under threat. Like, can you think about it, right? From a logical standpoint, I get it. They paid so much money to bring him in, to bring coaching staff in. And what makes me laugh is I've always said they're trying to go get the best in class, but they didn't in the sense of a manager. Potter's not best in class. Yeah, Potter's good in class, but he's not the best in class. He's nowhere near it. You had Thomas Tuchel, you got rid of it. So the reality is here, and when you think about it from a logistical standpoint, apparently Matt Law's reporting it's not even a consideration to get rid of him. And I don't understand how 6 points in 27 games is not a consideration. We're not going to make top 4. And his job doesn't depend on us making top 4, which is wild to me. This is a Chelsea team. And then we need to start considering it from the other standpoint. Felix is out now for a while, and Chelsea have been so bad this year that it's January the 14th, and I'm looking at the fixture list. We've got 4 games from now till February. We're going to get that 1 game a week ratio going now, where we're literally going to have a lot of time on the training ground. We're going to get a lot of our players back, and the excuses are going to run out. So by the time we get to Dortmund, which is the 5th game in the next 5 games, we should be raring to go, all guns blazing. I am not confident that we'll beat Dortmund. And this is really worrying me, people, because I need to ask you a question. And everyone's telling me, Alex, you need to back the process. Enough is enough. We need to back the process. So I'm going to ask you guys a genuine question. Why did we not back the process with Thomas Tuchel? Why did we get rid of a manager who won us the Champions League, who in 100 games had a 61 win percentage, who's won a lot of trophies with PSG, who gave Dortmund arguably the best football they've ever played, who had a very good career at Mainz, who our players loved, and in my opinion, a lot of the key players still like this man. And when I tell you that, people are going to say, no, Alex, he lost the dressing room. Journalists have said it. Yes, but they never mention names. I wouldn't be surprised if Ziyech, Pulisic didn't like him. I wouldn't be surprised. They don't play, but the key players liked him. Thiago Silva, his wife the other day came out with a comment that clearly Thiago Silva still likes him. Kovacic, Kai Havertz, all the key players still like him. I wouldn't be surprised if Mason Mount still likes him. Yet, we brought in a new manager who I believe is struggling to impose himself upon this team. He's struggling to adjust to a role, in my opinion, that is at this moment in time too big for him. Look, we've all started new jobs before. And when you start a new job, it's not always rosy. It's not always sunlight and tomatoes and cucumbers and a lovely fresh salad. Sometimes it's disgusting Brussels sprouts. Sometimes it's literally you don't want to do this task because it's hard and you don't know what you're doing, but you need to maintain some elegance and some composure and pretend you know what you're doing. Fake it until you make it. So for me, do we give Potter the time? I think we kind of have to now. And the results are going to get worse because I don't see us beating Liverpool next week. But at the same time, I'm worried about Palace this weekend. So let's see what's going to happen. And finally, Vavil is actively trying to pursue another target of his. And a target that a lot of us don't know a lot about him. Noni Mad EK, I think his name is. I'm sorry if I butchered the name once again. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to call you Noni because that's your first name. And I think I can pronounce that better. But he is a winger that plays for the England under-21s. He plays for PSE on a weekly basis. He has had 50 appearances. And in those 50 appearances in Eredivisie, he scored 11 goals. He's very exciting, a good ball carrier. And he's got a good reputation among players, people that know the youth team scene. I personally have never seen this player play. I am struggling to even talk about this player because at this moment in time, all I've seen is a few YouTube compilations. And like I always say, YouTube compilations can make anybody look great. The rumors in Holland are that the player is actively being linked with Chelsea. They're bracing themselves for Chelsea to come in and try get him for 40 million euros. This is a young English international, hence there will be a premium attached to him. So I'm very excited to see whether we get him, but we need all the bodies we can get at this moment in time. Like, the injury list is massive. João didn't help with his stupid red card. The guy was looking amazing. I was looking forward to seeing it, but it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We're aiming for 1,000 likes, like I said before. Peace out. I'm out. Have a nice day. Arrivederci.